In this short video, I'll give you a quick overview of how to use loops in your audio productions. The program I'm using in this demonstration is called Logic Studio, but the techniques I'm about to show you are very basic and you'll be able to accomplish them with just about any audio production software. Okay, so in this example, I've loaded up a 7-minute loop of a babbling brook sound. And all I need to do to extend the length of this nature sound is to create a copy and place it end to end with the first loop. I'll just change the color of this second loop so that you can see it more clearly, and we'll zoom into the boundary between the two loops and have a listen to how it sounds when you transition from one to the next. So as you can hear, the transition is completely seamless and all our loops are produced in this way. One of the great things about these 7-minute loops is that it's very quick and easy to create a few extra copies and stretch out the overall length of your nature sounds. It only takes me a couple of seconds to add 2 more loops here, and now I have almost half an hour of continuous nature sounds to work with. Just remember that if you're playing around with our loops in your audio production software, you'll need to be a bit careful not to accidentally crop the start or end points of the loops. If you do this, then you'll ruin those lovely seamless transitions that we're after. One thing to pay attention to when you're working with loops is that they don't contain fade-ins or fade-outs. This is because loops need to have a consistent volume at their start and end points, so that they link up to each other seamlessly. So if you're creating an audio production that uses looped nature sounds, you're going to want to create your own fades. I'll just give you a quick example of how this might happen in an audio production where we're mixing music and nature sounds together. In this example, I have some background music loaded on one track, and I have my nature sound loop loaded onto another track. Now I'm just going to add 2 more loops so that I now have 21 minutes of my babbling brook sound. Now let's go to the start of the first loop and add a 10-second fade in. I'll zoom right in here so that you can see what's going on. And there we go. And as you can see, my audio production software has added this line to indicate that the volume we faded in over the course of 10 seconds. So let's just have a listen to how that sounds with the nature sounds fading in. I'm also going to want to fade out my nature sounds later on in the audio production. So let's say that I only wanted 20 minutes of this babbling brook sound, and after that I just want to hear the music by itself. I've already got 3 7-minute loops here, so I've got a little bit more of this nature sound than I actually need. So I'll just zoom in here on the last loop, and I'm just going to shorten the length of it by about 1 minute. And now I'll add my 10-second fade out to the end of the last loop. And now I have a total of 20 minutes of nature sounds that fade in and fade out at the times I want them to.